Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Nodding. In this episode, we're gonna do something quite different. It's actually, I got this inspiration from the YouTuber called Sexy Cyborg or Naomi Wu. And she made this kind of, she called it the choker, choker for teens. This kind of like neck accessories that I thought it was kind of creative and it's pretty interesting idea. And then she actually used this app. It's an open source app called the OpenSCAD. Um, I I never heard about this until today. Actually, I saw her video and then I decided, okay, this is kind of interesting. And then she actually went through all the procedures, all this code to generate this kind of a choker. And I'll take a snapshot real quick. So this is kind of interesting, and I thought maybe it's a good idea to try to make this inside Sverchok. So the whole process and then the creation is pretty interesting. You should watch her video. I'll give you the link down below. But I'll try to make it inside Sverchok just for a little bit of fun, practice the CSG, constructive solid geometry kind of creation in Sverchok. So let's get started. Sverchok actually have this nodes that allows you to do this kind of a boolean, like intersection and union and difference, all this kind of a CSG geometry. Normally you wouldn't use CSG too much for animations, but if you're doing like a 3D printing job, I think CSG can be very useful. All kind of CAD works. You can use this CSG boolean. Very, very interesting. And this guy also have accumulate nested. That's kind of interesting. I haven't tried it. So yeah, let's get started. Did I take snapshot properly? I think I did. Okay, we're gonna replicate this thing. So we don't need to start with a cylinder. I don't think we can just start. We don't need to. We don't need to do intersections to get the thin line. We can simply just use like a cylinder and then solidify or something. So let's just jump into it. Okay, cylinder, we start, and then viewer, draw, and cylinder, we'll make a cylinder. Let's make it like pretty okay, low resolutions. Gonna save this. This is gonna be CSG Naomi Wu. And yeah, like I said, we don't need to use CSG for the cylinder bits. We can simply just use the CSG, turn off the cap, and just solidify. So we have this thing, polygon, and then solidify. Let's see the right way to do this. So we have so you can see the solidify actually make a thickness inside it. I actually want to do the opposite, out. So I will reverse the normal, flip. So this guy and this guy goes in there, this goes in there, and hopefully this guy does do the job. Actually, it's not doing the job. Okay, it is doing the job. Okay, this is correct. This is actually what I want, because later on we're gonna need the inside of the cylinder. So let's keep this. So we can start with this guy. This might be a bit slow process, but we try anyway. So that's not the cylinder we want. We want it a bit shorter. So I guess that's pretty good. And actually thinner. This is gonna be some kind of neck choker, and this part she actually used a cylinder and she made a cut. Okay, that part it's not too hard really, but we're gonna use this CSG anyway. So let's see, we need to have another cylinder, I believe, and let's try. This guy should be smaller and it should have a cap, and make it smaller, and we will make this maybe less resolutions. Apply matrix, actually not apply matrix, but matrix apply. So this goes in there, and then it's gonna be vector, actually matrix in. This is vector in. I'm gonna put it, we can transfer the in this thing at the X directions. So let's take a look. Okay, this one's a little bit thicker, a little bit taller. So let's scale it. Scale it so it should be a little bit wider and taller as well. And I'll move it down also. So that's kind of about right. Later on we're gonna do some kind of boolean. Maybe we can actually do it now. So first CSG boolean. Let's see. We might need this guy with a cap. Okay, so this guy and this guys, we're gonna combine them together. Well, actually, I will cut the small one with a original cylinder. That's actually a little bit harder. This and this. Different is like minus, so we gonna minus it with this guy. Hopefully we get what we want. Show. Okay. Join, intersect. Okay, intersect is kind of the wrong way. Difference is kind of right. We need to make this taller. Okay. All right. Float. I'm gonna plug this anyway. This guy should be a little bit taller. So let's make a cut inside it. And matrix apply. Vector in. Let's move this a little bit down. So that's making a cut. So that's okay, that's working pretty well so far. What happened is that we can make adjustment at any stage. But that's what we have so far, so it's pretty good actually. And all we need to do next is to make this cut at the front to separate the choker bits. So that's gonna be just a simple box. So let's make a box. Polygon. Again, we're gonna use apply matrix. Matrix in. So a lot of scaling and moving. It's pretty basic operations, and you just need um, whether you are like using the code like OpenSCAD, or using Python, or maybe manually modeling, or in this case we are using nodes. It's all like there's like this kind of step-by-step procedure, and I quite like doing it this way. I don't know why. It's kind of pretty fun. So this one is another CSG boolean we're gonna need. So just copy this guy. So this one minus this guy right here. Give a different color. And hopefully we get what we want. So it's always like checking, and there we go. I think we should have a cut somewhere. Is that a proper cut? Well, it should. Okay, there's a little one, and then this is this guy. Okay, maybe we need to combine those two together. Which is pretty... Okay, I think I made a mistake. So let's cut this guy, cut this. So we have this one, and then we need to combine it first with this guy. So that's gonna be join or unite. So this one plus this one. That's what we get. Okay, not very clean, but should be okay. And we're gonna make a cut there. CSG boolean difference. So this guy minus this guy right here. To make it tidy, this guy move down there. And hopefully this make a cut and doesn't crash my computer. Okay, so there you go. That's Sverchok is doing pretty alright with all these operations. I tried it before. Yeah, so far so good. This guy, this cylinder guy, can be adjusted anytime. Just showing you the whole process. Choker thing. So the next thing we need to do is just to make the hole. The hole can be just 2 cylinder. So again, cylinder, viewer draw, and let's make it. Gonna give a different color. Make it smaller, 0.02, 0.05. Too big is okay. Go to the top view, auto graphics. So this, we're gonna do something a little bit tricky. Let's make this 12 because it's too small anyway. 15, okay. Cap, yes. Height, make it a little bit tall. Cylinder doesn't have center polygon, so unfortunately, but that's okay. We can always move it down. So matrix, matrix apply. We're gonna do the second one actually. So this and this polygon goes in there. So matrix in. I know that we're gonna need 2 matrix, so I'm gonna use list input and use a vector. So we're gonna need 2. Let's move this guy like that. go back to the top view. So the radius is a bit small. I'll increase it 0.04, so that's kind of better. And then move it in the y-axis, like so, kind of tweaking it by eyes. That's gonna be the whole for the neck bits. So we're gonna have 2, so we just copy the number and then copy this number and then make it negative. So by using this matrix apply, these nodes, we can join them. This become a single object very quickly and easily. For the Z, we just put it slightly down. -1 here, -1 there. Okay, and we just make another final Boolean cut. It's pretty easy. CSG Boolean. So this guy minus the bottom one. So it's always vertices and face data most of the time, and we should get our final design. And let's give it a purple color. It's pretty sexy looking color, I guess. So yeah, that guy should have a hole. Wonder if I'm doing this properly. Is it intersect or join? I think difference correct. It's not giving me the right result. Turn off this guy. There you go. I think that's the final design. Turn off the outline. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's the whole process, and at any time you can always go back. But this is the neck choker like the Naomi Wu made using OpenSCAD. If you want to tweak the parameter, make sure that you know that everything is kind of related, and so far we are doing it in a way that we don't consider how one parts connect with the others. Maybe at some point I should tweak it so that it's always kind of knows if we make the radius bigger or smaller. Let's say for the thickness, I think we can always adjust it anytime. So I make this kind of too thick now, 0.1. So I can tweak this, it's no problem. Make it very thin or make it 0.1. It seems like a good value. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid looking, and we can actually print this out. This cylinder part, maybe if I want to make the radius a little bit larger, it's a good idea to name this thing. So this is kind of related to this guy. This is the master, and this is the other cylinder. Let's say I'm making it 0.22. Yeah, this guy is now a little bit larger. I can make this 2.25. So it's kind of giving you that kind of look. 0.3, too much. 0.5, kind of okay. See, you can always add design, maybe like add some kind of details around it, make it more nicer. But anyway, if you bake this out and then export it as STL, you're gonna get this neck choker. And yeah, I think like I said, I probably need to go back and then kind of make sure everything is parametric, so I can always simply adjust the radius and everything will follows, and it's gonna be looking pretty nice. So you can adjust it for any size of neck accessories. So you just measure your neck or your pet dog or pet cat neck and then print this out for accessories. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for Naomi for the idea. Hopefully you like this one. yeah, I wish I have a 3D printer so I can test it out. Maybe I should go next door and check it out. Yeah, but that's pretty much like a quick look at Sverchok as a CSG Boolean. There's a lot here that I haven't touched, but give it a try anyway. This is really good for 3D printing. I realize I'm not like industrial designer, but I'm always interested with what you can make with 3D printing. So there you go. Have fun. Let me know if you have any feedbacks or questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.